Now, I want to talk to you for a few minutes about one of tonight's honorees, my good friend, Congressman Joseph Crowley of New York. I've known Joe for quite a little bit now, and he's a great human being, and he does a lot for the music business. Joe has distinguished himself on Capitol Hill through his hard work and commitment, becoming the vice chair of the Democratic caucus, and in representing a district that falls within a music industry nexus, New York City. Joe has been active in supporting creative industries like the music community, which have become increasingly important to the U.S. economy. As the lead sponsor of the Allocation for Music Producers Act, Joe acknowledged the importance of the role played by music producers, who are among the many essential behind-the-scenes professionals contributing to the creation of music. For more about honoree Joe Crowley, please turn your attention to the video screen.
First elected to the U.S. Congress in 1998, Joseph Crowley represents the 14th District of New York. But as a champion for music creators and other intellectual property rights holders, his constituency reaches much further. Now in his 9th term, he is vice chair of the Democratic caucus, the 5th highest ranking position in House Democratic leadership. Crowley has shown a steadfast commitment to solving legislative issues for music creators and is also a champion for music in education. He has long supported the Recording Academy's advocacy efforts, a member of the Recording Arts and Sciences Congressional Caucus. In 2013, Crowley led a town hall with House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy for Academy leadership during Grammy Week. Last year, he introduced the Allocation for Music Producers Act, H.R. 1457, legislation to reform the way music producers receive royalties. And it's not just musicians he's working for. Crowley has worked with unwavering determination to lift up hardworking American families and give everyone the opportunity to achieve the American dream. For his tireless dedication to improving the livelihood of music creators in the name of preserving America's cultural history, the Recording Academy honors Congressman Joseph Crowley at Grammys on the Hill.
So Joe, if you would, come to the podium to accept your Grammys on the Hill award.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you all. Thank you, Warren.
Thank you.
I am so thrilled that you introduced me today and presented me with this award. I'm glad Steph is here as well tonight. So it's great to see you again, Steph. Smokey Robinson was just on the stage. Tracks of my tears. I need you. No, that's right. Smokey, I'll leave it to you. I told my mother that I was going to get an award in Washington, and I've gotten a couple over the years, but I thought this is a really incredible time for me to get this particular award. And she said, well, who's honoring you? And I said, the Grammy Foundation. Oh, who are they? I said, well, the folks who award the Grammy Awards. You getting a Grammy Award? I said, no, Mama, no. They give me an award. They're an advocacy group. So you're not getting a Grammy. No, it's not a Grammy Award. It's an award from them. So it's a Grammy Award, but it's not really a Grammy Award. I said, that's right, Mom. It's probably the closest thing I'll get to getting a Grammy Award. So she says, when is it? I said, the 19th of this month. She said, I'll think about it. But my mom is here tonight, so. Along with my brother Sean and some other very special people in my life. But my mom is where we got most of our music from, I think, and our love for all kinds of music. Much of it was learned in the backseat of a 1969 Cadillac Catalina station wagon. I was only 7 at the time, so get everything else on your mind. But we learned harmonies in the back of that car. My mother would sing up front. We only had AM radio, I think, at the time. And we'd sing Doe a Deer, and my mom would go into harmonies, and all of us would learn how to sing in harmony. It's one of the great gifts she's given to me, amongst other things. So I'm so very, very proud to be here with them tonight. I'm going to get to the other folks in a few minutes. So I want to thank my co-honoree, Tom Rooney. Tom is a wonderful, wonderful man. And a guy like that who loves all that kind of music, he can't be a Republican. It's impossible. I'm sorry. Tommy, I'm sorry, brother. You're lying to somebody, but it ain't me anymore. I know that. You know? As was mentioned, I grew up in New York City, and I grew up in an Irish-American household where I think, as I said before, I got the great love of music overall. I played in college in a band called Shanksmere. Many of you never heard of it. And it was a band that played traditional Irish music. My mother knows about it, my brother does, my wife Casey knows about it, but nobody else knows about it. I also played in an Irish wedding band, a couple of rock and roll bands. I played in the Coast to Coast band. It was an all-black band and me. Funky Coast to Coast, thank you, Sean. And it was a great opportunity in my life for 4 years. We made an EP, we made a 45 that went nowhere. But I played with some great musicians, a guy named Benny Iverson who started out with the Hornets in Detroit, Michigan, and their lead singer was a guy named Johnny Moore. When Johnny Moore went off to join another band called the Drifters, Benny was left on his own, and he came to New York City. He hooked up with the Crown Heights Affair, and they went places, but they left Benny behind. And Benny and another guy named Mark Barner, you know those tabs you had in college? Pull this tab down and join an original band? Well, I pulled it down, and it changed my life in so many ways. I had a great time with them. But I also realized at one point in my life that basketball was not going to be my profession, and I soon realized that maybe music wasn't going to be my profession either. And I became an elected official, a politician. But I never, don't beat us up right now. It's a very bipartisan event, by the way. This is probably the most bipartisan event in Washington, D.C. So. But that's why I'm on this stage tonight and not on Madison Square Garden stage tonight, just so you know. But I harbor no disappointment, and in reality, I've come to accept that politics is, and not music, is what I'm really good at. I also just want to let you know on these issues that we care about, performers' rights and the AMP Act, making sure the people who contribute to this industry are getting what they deserve. The days of kings and queens are over, and quite frankly, I'm not so sure such great music was made during those days, because I made it for the kings and queens and not necessarily for the masses. And I take it, but there was a lot of great music, but I don't know who they're making it for. We're making music for the people today, and for that to happen, people have to be compensated for the work that they do. So I want to thank Jerry Nather and Representative Goodlatte who are here tonight, and we hope to move this legislation forward. To me, music is more than an art form. In many ways, the songs we hear, the songs many of you write and record and produce and make happen is a snapshot in our time. For my kids, it's my daughter Kenzie who's here tonight, it's One Direction. For my son Liam, it's the Fall Out Boys. For my son Cullen, it's Queen. All of them continue this tradition of the love of music, and I like a couple Irish songs as well. And as all of you may know all too well, one of my favorite artists in the world is Bruce Springsteen, and a shout out for Bruce Springsteen for taking a stand in North Carolina against hatred. So, for others, it may be the Beatles, the Allman Brothers, Beyonce, Zac Brown Band, Warren Haynes, Ed Roland. We go on and on. Many of you folks here tonight. These songs, like time capsules, will be around forever. They will give future generations, like my children, some insight into how life was when they were my age and they were their age, and they can pass it on. When Bruce Springsteen wrote about Incident on 52nd Street, he was writing about New York when I was going to high school on the west side of Manhattan. I know exactly what he was writing about. I know the music of my parents and my grandparents gave me an understanding of their way of life that I could never have otherwise perceived without the music. Music puts us in touch with history, with culture, and more importantly, it puts us in touch with each other. I happen to be married to an incredible woman who's here tonight. My girlfriend, Casey Crowley, is with us tonight. And she lets me be who I am. She's not always happy about it, but she tolerates me. She also loves music and has really been responsible for my children, playing piano, playing the trumpet, playing guitar, playing the ukulele. I have a little something to do with it. It's really Casey. Music is about energy, it's about life, it's about love, it's about giving. And I would not be the person I am today without my wife, Casey, and certainly not without music. I want to thank tonight in particular Bob Donnelly, who's here tonight, has been a close friend for 25 years and a great attorney in the music industry. Another great friend who can't be here tonight is my good buddy Willie Nile. Willie's a great performer and a great friend of mine. And just make sure Willie knows I gave him a shout out tonight. So Warren, make sure when you see Willie, I gave him a shout out, okay? And I want to thank Neil Portnow and all the folks at the Recording Academy. I want to thank all the chapters that are here tonight as well. You all make the Recording Academy what it is today. And I just want to say I love you all. I love music. Please keep making it. Don't let us get you down. God bless you all.
Wait a minute. You just talk the talk. Now you got to walk the walk. They're going to let me do one more song. I think Joe should join me on this.